Hi guys, it's Massa from the Great White North. So, as you probably know, today is the first day of Tales of Aria pre-release, and so, well, I arrived too late to my first pre-release, so everybody was like middle of round two, but I still got my packs, and I thought, uh, instead of just opening and just checking which card, I wanted to make a video opening them with you guys and trying to check which deck I can do. And obviously I'm not an expert of the format yet, but I thought it might be interesting for some of you guys. And it's interesting for me, and I like to keep track. And who knows, maybe I'm gonna pull a nice cold foil. So let's start. Those are my 6 packs. I think Briar is much better than the other in sealed, but I do like Oldheim the best. I think like the average card in Briar is just so much better. It's just so easy to make a good synergic deck, doesn't require that much. But you know, I'm gonna try to make at least 2 decks, and you will see how they look like. A Rosetta Thorn, this would look nice in gold foil. So that's my token. Shock Strider. So I have only 6 pack. I'm gonna put it slow because I want to read the card. I'm gonna sort them the way I thought if it were a seal tournament, and I want to talk about each of them. So I think any card that is lightning, earth, or ice, and I think more like lightning and ice. I think if you have good lightning card, you get a good Briar deck. If you're a good ice card, you can look into Oldheim. I think Lexi, I don't know, it looks too difficult for me, but with so few cards. But every lightning card is gonna be a good resource. So what you want from a resource card? You want them to be good to put in your arsenal, okay? Or to be able to be played if you have a go again, but like really, you don't really want a blue lightning card because then it's gonna, you don't want that in your arsenal. But this one is pretty good. I like it because that's for 1, that's 5 damage, and you can boost it too. Once per turn instant, you can pay 2 resources, and if this hits, this 1 damage. So it's potentially 6 if you have some floating. Let's say you pitch a blue, you attack for this. You can use a 2 remaining to do 6 damage. I think this is one of the best lightning card. So I will put it in a only the token. I will put it in my lightning card pile here. This is like, for me, this is a A. Then we have Invigorate. The next attack you fuse this turn get +1, and it have go again. So this is good like for Lexi or for Briar when you want to get those go tall. I think go tall is not that great. I don't know. Obviously, I don't know that much, but I mean, you need your next attack to fuse. So this is a bit like too much, and this is something you would like in your arsenal, but that's not an elemental card. So I don't know. I mean, I will put it as every card elemental is kind of like that generic because all the hero here are elemental. I'll put it here. I would put it like, I will maybe put a pile. Usually I like to make a pile of unplayable. I think this is for me like not that great. Maybe it's better than it looks, but for me it's a bit too conditional. Airslaw Surge, Earth Action, okay. The next attack action card you play this turn get +3, but it costs 2, so it's super expensive. And that's a blue. And yeah, so all the Earth card, I think a Lightning card and Ice card, they always block 2 except the generic like kind of attack that all of them have. This is really not that good. I mean, because your Earth card or Lightning card, you want to fuse with them. So you don't really want to fuse a blue, and also like it would cost 2 to give +3. Yeah, I mean that's playable because that's a blue, and anyway you will need some resource. But that's not something I'm super excited about. Evan's Claw. This is good. This is like simple, you know. Cost 1, 4. I think this is more like a Lexi card, but if you can have any kind of go again, and Briar and Lexi want that.
this is great. Those are like the generic. You have Autumn's Touch, I think, and Winter's Grasp, I believe. So those are like really what you want. Like the block 3, they are lightning. You are happy to have them in your arsenal. They also block 3. So even the blue one are good. So this is great. So we have 2 very good lightning cards. Dazzling Crescendo. So that's an arrow. Okay, so that's our first like hero dependent card. And Lightning Fusion as an additional. Yeah? If Dazzling Crescendo was fused, it gets go again. So this is, I do like it, because that's a, so first that's a red, you know. I think your attack is better if they are red. I mean, depend, but like you know, this kind of lightning fusion, if it's not fused, it's still a 0 cost 4. So it means like, assuming you have it in your arsenal from last turn, you can really shoot with no card in your hand, so that's good. And if it's fused, it gets go again. So it have a plus and it blocks 3. So I really like this card. I think if you have a lot of this, you can actually make a Ranger deck. I will put the Lightning, Earth, Ice, and Ranger, Briar, and what's his name? Olheim. So Evergreen. Okay, Evergreen is very good. Ideally not the blue one. The blue one I prefer to have like a, I don't know, something that blocks for 3. I actually don't really know what is best for blue. But your Earth, or like your elemental, like Earth, Lightning, and Ice card, they need to be good in your arsenal. Evergreen is very good from your arsenal because game can go long, and this is kind of a drone. It goes back at the bottom of your deck. But this is more like the red, I think. I mean, still, I will play it, obviously, if I play Earth. This card is freaking insane, so obviously that's good. It's a block, technically it's a block 4 for 0 as defense reaction, because it did 1 arcane damage, and most of people will not have any way to block damage. So you will deal damage, which means with Briar you will get I forgot an embodiment of Earth, and if you have dealt damage this turn, arcane damage, you get +1. So it blocks for 4. So it's a 0, 4, and also you're gonna get a token. This is like really, really good card, Premier. Let's put it here. I think maybe, you know, if you have like 2 or maybe even like 3 of this card, that's even more reason to go Briar. But Briar is just so good that I don't see many reasons not to play it. And this is a foil. Nothing very exciting. Icy Encounter, that's okay. Actually, I do like it. I'm noticing that those foils, the font are a bit fat. I don't know if you can see well, guys. And that's a 2 for 6. So that's good. You know, that's kind of like Command and Conquer, or like Drone of Brutality, or, you know, a 2 for 6 is always good. It's a nice action. If it hits, you create a Frostbite, which is very important. Ideally for Frostbite, you know, 6 is good because most of card block 2. So the breakpoint are not like 3 and 6. It's more like, actually, if you have an attack for 3, maybe, but if you have an attack for 5 already, there is good chance to hit. If you have an attack for 6, it's gonna take 3 cards out of their hand. So this is like, I think that's a top card. That's our first ice card. Very happy with this card. And equipment. So equipment, you know, I mean, it's like one of the most important thing in Seal deck. Because you don't have so much synergy. I mean, you try your best, you know, but like the equipment is insane because you start with it and like your opponent maybe not. So like if you have like 4 equipment, that's insane. If you have 3, that's very good. Whenever, so this one is lightning. Whenever lightning or elemental attack you control is defended by a card from hand, you may destroy Mark of Lightning if you do the attack deals 1 damage to the defending hero. So this is typically a card that say pop it, deal 1 damage, and that synergize with Briar to create those tokens. So there is so much like synergy. This is a very, very good equipment. I guess what are the rest? Oh, I see. Okay, so the first card are like the lightning, ice, and stuff like that, and then you have your rare, your foil, and then you have your class dependent card. So you have Vela Flash. I saw quite a few people playing it today. So it's lightning fusion. So 1 for 5. That's insane. It's not an arrow. It's a rune blade action. 1 for 5. That's very, very good. I mean, wow. And if Vela Flash was fused, you may play your next non-attack action card this turn as so it for an instant. So yeah, depend how many non-attack action you have, but that's block for 3. This is like really a good card. I'm very happy to play with. I would give it like at least a B. Emerging Avalanche. All right. Do I have enough stuff to play Guardian? I hope so, but I don't think so. Eye Fusion. So this is a Aura. This is like kind of really for control or like Aura style deck. I think this is more for draft. When it enters the arena, if it was fused, create a Frostbite, which is extremely good. At the beginning of your action phase, destroy Emerging Avalanche, and the next attack action card you play this turn get +1, which this is useless. So typically, I mean, it's gonna be hard to trigger, and it's gonna be, I don't know, relatively hard to fuse. But that's a blue that block for 3, and there are not so many, so I would still call this a very good card. It's not like something flashy, but that's the perfect resource. Like a blue that block for 3 that even can do something pretty cool. You know, that's great. Another blue that block for 3, Frazzle, Lightning Fusion. If Frazzle was fused, whenever an attack would deal damage this turn, instead it deals that much damage +1. This is also a card. So that's every arrow card. I feel like you put a lot of pressure. Like they need to be better. So typically, I think they should do 1 more damage. So like, typically 0 resource should give 3 damage, 1 resource should give 4, 2 resource should be 5. I mean, depending on the color. So sorry, let's say like for red card, a 0 should deal. A 0 should deal 4 to be very good. A yellow should deal 3, and a blue should deal 2, and then if it costs 1, that should deal 3. This is for normal cards. So for an arrow, I would expect 1 more damage. It doesn't, but if it's fused, it becomes good. But like same as Emerging Avalanche, that's a good resource card. The big issue I have with arrow card is that they take arsenal slot. You're not gonna get the equipment that allow you to play with 2 arsenals. So what happens is, if you fuse something, then you have a lightning card in your hand or an ice card, and you also like typically it's gonna be in your hand, and so how can you arsenal those? Like, how you have to keep them in your hand and then load with your bow, but your arsenal slot gonna be taken most likely by what you fuse. So that's kind of I think that's why it's so tricky, just because you don't have the 2 arsenal slot in sealed. Sinjing Steelblade Red A, that's one of the best cards. When you attack, deal 1 arcane damage to target hero. So it's 5 damage for 1, block for 3. That's over the curve. Strange of Sequoia, I'm not a big fan of this, but that's a blue that blocks 3, and that's typically what you want for something to pitch. It's have Earth Fusion, most likely I will not use it. Go again, when it enters the arena, if it was fused, create a Seismic Surge token. Nice. At the beginning of your action phase, destroy Sequoia. The next attack action card you can get +1. It's pretty useless, same than Emerging Avalanche. That's very similar. I would prefer playing an Emerging Avalanche than Strange of Sequoia, but I would play both just to have something that blocks 3. Because like I said, blocking 3 is very relevant. Then we have Buzz Bolt. See, like this is see what I was saying, like a blue that costs 1, 3, that if that's an arrow, then a 1 that will be +2, so that's 5. So this one is just like 5 for 1 is nice, and if it was fused, whenever an attack hits a hero this turn, it deals 1 damage to them. So this is good. It's just like you need to have the resource to give go again to a lot of your cards. All right, so I mean we had no monet card at all. So let's see. And obviously, like, you know, I like to have some nice card. A call for it would make me happy. Imagine a legendary. I would not even dream of a fable. So Shiver, with a bit of a cut here. That's okay, that's a token. But I do like Shiver quite a lot. You know, because you're not going to load 2 cards most likely. So this is as good as Voltaire, maybe better. I don't know. You pay 1, you can put 1 arrow card from your hand face up into your arsenal. If you do, you gain +1 until end of turn, or dominate. And what is good is that you can load during their turn. So if ever you have to pitch for any kind of defense reaction, which I don't think you will play. I know there might be reason to pitch during their turn, you can load, or you can just load during your turn. The only issue, like I told you, is that if you fuse, you have the last card in your hand, most likely an ice card or a lightning card, and then you can arsenal it, and then you have no slot. But because of Shiver, you could attack, if you have good again, obviously, you could attack with ice card or lightning card from your arsenal, then load, and then attack again. And because that's an instant, that's not going to break the chain if it's relevant. So I think the only issue, you know, and I think that's why Lexi is so hard, that you have that with nothing in your hand, or with just 1 card in your hand, you do nothing. Like, it's not a weapon you pitch, you attack. You need to pay 1 plus have at least 1 card in your hand. So, like, you need 2 cards to do any kind of attack with that. So that's what makes Rangers so hard. So tomorrow, a card I really, really love, that's exactly what I want for my resource card. Because if you play it from your arsenal, you draw a card. I'm excited. I mean, in my constructed deck for Oldheim, I play 3 of them. In Blitz, I even play 4 of them. I really, really like them. And you can put a card 1 or greater. Actually, the blue one is the best because you're not going to put a cheap card back in your deck. But so this is super efficient. I really like it. I don't think that's so much for Briar, but depend if you have, depend what you have. But that's perfect. You play it from your arsenal. The next turn you pitch, you play it, you draw a card. That's really perfect. Electrify. The next time an attack action card hits a hero this turn, it deals 3 damage to them. What? If Electrify is played from arsenal, draw a card. What? So that, yeah, there is a cycle. There's some tomorrow, Electrify, and Polar Blast or something like that. So they are just insane. They are perfect. Because you will have those in your arsenal. So you pitch whatever, blue or yellow. You play that, you draw a card. You got your resource back. And it does have an effect too. So that's amazing. And it's just like good for on hit. You have just to remember Mark of Lightning. It's not gonna make the card hit. It's just gonna do pure damage. But yeah, no, that's very good. Look like we have a lot of good lightning and nothing in snow. Antwin Earth. 5 for 2 in yellow, so that's the same, you know. Red to 6, that's a normal formula. And if it's fused, you get +2 and then you get better. I don't know why an elemental attack is here. I thought they were behind. Oh, yeah, those are kind of the generic stuff. Where did I put the... Oh, yeah, I had only one. At this one that... I don't know. I think this one can be good if your deck is built for go tall, but I think it's kind of hard. This is okay. This is like a good filler. This is also yellow. Is I don't know. Looks kind of good. So pretty happy with that. Printer Bite is a card that I really, really like. I do prefer the blue one because having to pay 1, 2, or 3 is about the same. Because it means they will have to pitch. Most likely they will not have any way to use this resource, so it just means pitching a card. So the blue one is the best, but the yellow one is still good. Just, the red one is kind of sad, but the blue one is really good. I think that's my favorite ice card. And obviously that's perfect in your arsenal because you can start with that. So discard a card, you have to go again, so that's perfect. Over flex, your next arrow attack this turn get +4. Reload, which means you can, if you have no card in your arsenal, you can put a card from your hand face down in your arsenal. Tap go again. That's why I was telling you, like, compared to that, this costs 0, nice. And next attack you fuse get +4. That's very nice. But if you don't fuse, it's just take a slot. So typically what you arsenal it and you just wait and it takes your slot for something else. Whereas this, so interesting, that's not an arrow. So that's a ranger action that is not an arrow. So that's very good. And this gives the same +4 except it costs 1, but it allows you to load. So I do think that this is a very good card. Cold Wave, wow, this art is gorgeous. So that's an arrow, elemental arrow, so yes, you need to fuse with something. And if Cold Wave was fused, card and activated ability costs opposing heroes an additional resource this turn. This is not for sealed. Most likely they will not have defense reaction or stuff to do during your turn. I would still play. That's a 4 yellow for 1 that block for 3. But it's not like mind blowing, you know. It's gonna be cute, but I don't think it's gonna really do much. Embolden. This is okay. It depends on how many auras. So like we have already 2 aura for Guardian. But so this is more like I want to pitch them. Like I said, blue, block for 3, that's really what I like. But thing costing 4 is just, it's just so much. I mean, you have to pitch 2, and like there is nothing that costs 2. So it's really hard, but I think it's a perfect resource. In draft, if you have a lot of aura and a lot of blues, maybe it's worth it because you can draw a card. If you can pitch 2 cards, play that, draw a card, maybe that's worth it, but I don't know why it's so rare. Then we have a foil and I'm excited. Let's go slowly. I want a cold foil. This doesn't look cold at all. Alright. And Fab God are not nice with me today, but a foil evergreen is actually very good. A red one. I'm very happy with that. I will play it in any Earth deck. Game can go pretty long. Hopefully your opponent and you play really quickly so you can go through your deck, and then not dying from milling out is good. Then we have deep blue, another extremely good equipment. So typically change any card, like at any time you can just change a card you have in your hand for blue. This is one of the best, and it's generic so you can play in any deck. Where Mark of Lightning is only for lightning. Singeing Blade, Steel Blade, like I said, that's insane, even yellow. Entangled, that's something I kind of like, Entangled, because that's kind of a big attack, you know. You want at least 6 or 7. This costs 3. It's an Earth card. The hit effect is really quite relevant. Like getting -2 attack for the next attack, it's nullify your... Because most of the time you're going to play against Rosetta anyway. So -2 attack is good because like Rosetta just attack for 2 instead of attacking... It attack for 0. You still get your 2 arcane damage, which make it insane. But, so this is a card I'm pretty happy with. Chilling Ice Vine. Ice Vine. So this is an arrow. And that's a blue, so blue, you know, I don't really want my arrow to be blue. But that's okay, a blue that costs 3 and that you can use in a pitch, you know, like you can use to shoot with, that's always good. If it was fused, whenever an attack deals damage to a hero this turn, they discard a card unless they pay 1, which is super good. It's just like, the problem with the blue is that it's 3. If it was 4, that would be a breakpoint, but like I said, a lot of card block too. So, especially if you don't play against Guardian. So I do like it. I will play it most likely. Steer the Wheelwood. I've never been very excited by this one. Especially Rune Blade is just so aggressive that I feel it's if you have dealt arcane damage to an opposing hero this turn, still the wheel would gain +2 attack, so that would become a 2 for 5. If it was fused, you get another +2. I mean, obviously, it's a blue that blocks 3, you're gonna play it, but it's not like... It's not something that's gonna push you to play Rune Blade. Emerging Avalanche, like I say, it's more for the resource. Frazzle, we already got one, it's more for the resource. So yeah, so we have some pretty good Rangers card. We don't have... I mean, it's pretty hard to make a Ranger deck. We have really almost nothing for Oldheim. It's gonna be hard. And we have 0 Majestic, 0 Cold Foil. We have 1 Rare Foil. Then we have Third Booster here. Yellow Invigorate. I don't know, I need to try this card. It looks not that great. I still put it in like not good, but yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Electrify, I love it. Being yellow, red, I actually don't care, because that's just a lightning card. Even a blue would be good. This is really like, I think if you have 3 of Electrify or Polar Blast or whatever the ice card is, you need to play those colors. Earth Lore Surge, the next attack action card you play this on get +4. Go again. Cost 2. I don't know. But that's an Earth action, so that's perfect because this is a good card in your arsenal. You start that, you pitch, and then you do an attack. Like, think about it, like, you do a turn like that. The last turn you fused with this, you arsenal it. And then that's your turn. You pitch a blue, you play Earth Lodge, and you play Singeing Steel Blades that cost 3. Then it means this comes for 8 and 1 Arcane. So that's 9 damage. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. 9 damage for 3 costs over 2 cards. That's more than 2 like Scar for a Scar. So that's perfect. And also that gives you the resource, so that's just insane. Then we have the classic. Yeah, those are good. I like them. I would play all of those. You know, Ice Encounter, we had one. I mean, our ice is just so horrible. I think we need something really good to make me come back to ice. I really wanted to play ice, but maybe not for this pool. With lightning, alright, this one is pretty good. So next lightning or elemental attack action card you play this turn gain +3. If it's fused, it gains go again. So, you know, this is like so much better than this. And that's a lightning action, which means you are very happy to have it in your arsenal. So this, obviously that's a rare, it's hard to compare, but this is like top card. I'm getting a lot of lightning cards. What's happened to my ice? Then, damn, still no Majestic. Oh, that's so sad. Explosive Growth, yellow, cost 1, 2 damage, block 3, pretty happy. So it's Earth Fusion. If Exploding Growth was fused whenever it deals damage, attack you control gain +1 this combat chain. That's good, but just 2 is kind of shy. And when you attack with Explosive Growth, this 1 arcane damage to target hero. What? What? Okay. So as long as it's fused, because it will deal arcane damage, it will give +1 to everything. So yeah, that's pretty good. It forces you kind of a bit to go to the earth, and I mean, a goose card, but that's just a common foil. It does look good. Electrify, like I said, that's very good. Just like I'm kind of sad for the value of the of those packs. Hunting Hood. Destroy Hunting Hood, return all cards in your arsenal to your hand, then put a card from your hand face down into your arsenal. That's great. You can change plan. I mean, depend what you have, but you know what, I'm gonna put the, just to keep track of things, I'll put it here. But that's a Ranger card, so that should go here. I just have so many Ranger cards that it's hard to keep track. Blizzard Bolt, 3 blue, I'm happy. So what do we do with that? Like that costs 1, 3, I mean, usually they're on hit effect, so 3 is kind of hard to go through. You want them yellow. And if it was fused, whenever an attack deals damage to a resistant, create a frostbite token under that. So where it's very good is that it doesn't need to be this one. Where it's kind of hard is it needs to be fused with an ice card, and I have only 3 ice cards. So right now, ice cards are kind of like bad for me. A blue, yeah, give me all of them, because they all deal like 1 arcane damage. That's great. Glacial Footstep, yeah, it's good. It really pushes you to like having tons of blue, which is kind of what you want. 6 is a bit, yeah, that's okay. Even if you don't fuse 9, and this is typically the card, you know, like if you don't fuse, that's 9. If you fuse, that's 9 plus dominate, but like, yeah, for big attack, dominating is not always that great, because you want them to use the card in their hand. But yeah, I would definitely play that. My Guardian pool just looks so bad, so now that I don't know what to think. Dazzling Crescendo, insane. Like, that's a scare for a scare on a stick. If it's fused, it can go again. So that's a 4 for 0. That's scare for a scare. Very good. Might make a Ranger deck. Arcanic Shockwave, Lightning Fusion, that's a Rune Blade, block 3, blue, 0, interesting. When you attack with Arcanic Shockwave, it was fused, deal 1 arcane damage to target hero. Any kind of arcane damage is pure damage. Actually, I do like a blue that does that, because 2 gonna be annoying, like they will not know if they block or not with their 3, you know, but you will always get 1 damage. So I do like it. And any card for Wind Blade that does arcane damage give you a token, and that's changed a lot. Untangled, if Untangled was fused, if this hit, you know, we saw it already. That's a good card. Not enough to like push you to play Guardian, but we have none of the really good Guardian card or Ice card. Lexi, well, Lexi is Lexi. It's quite good, and like Lexi is really the paramount of telling you what you want in your arsenal. Turn a face down card in your arsenal face up. If it's a lightning card, your next attack gets go again. If it's an ice card, you create a frostbite. So you really want those resource cards in your arsenal, which is why it's so weird, because you also want your arrow. So typically you want your resource card in your arsenal. You play Lexi, you use this card from your arsenal, and then you use your Shiver to load the arrow, and then you shoot. So that works well with lightning, but with frostbite, with ice, it's gonna work less good. All right, we did half. We have pretty good tool. It's just no, no card that is worth anything. Like, I want some majestic at least. Frostbite, yeah. Oh, yeah, Embodiment of Earth. This is so easy to trigger, because you just need to do a, do we have a Briar here? Yeah. To get Embodiment of Earth, you just need to do damage. So any arcane will give you that, and if you do damage, normal damage plus arcane damage, you get 2, and then each card block for +2, so that's very good. Breakground. Yeah, this is okay. This, like, that's a good card to play from your arsenal, because, you know, you pitch a blue, you attack for 7, and but you can't really use a benefit from it, because the benefits say you may put a card from your arsenal on the bottom of your deck if you do draw a card. It's still, that's a card that I would play in my Hold'em deck. Invigorate, you know what I think about it. Lightning Surge. If Lightning Surge is played from arsenal, it gets go again. Interesting. The only kind of weird thing is like Lexi already like give you go again if you flip a card from your arsenal that is a lightning card. But you can keep it, flip it, attack with something that will get go again, and then you can attack this with this that have go again, and then do a third attack. So this is pretty good. And I guess in Runeblade that's good too. And really, those lightning cards are so aggressive, it's scary. Chill to the Bone, a card I really like too. I mean, I prefer much better, what's the name? No, we do have one. We have one. Did I hide it? Winter's Bite. Winter's Bite is like my favorite. Chill to the Bone, you know, the big difference is like this forces the opponent to discard. This, it kind of forces them to block. At least that's a blue. So like, I think one Frostbite is enough. I would play that. This, like I say, I'm not super excited. I think after we have a rare. Yeah. We have Earth. Get +2 or +3. It's good from your arsenal. I don't know. That's really like borderline bad. Like that's C, C minus. And next we have a Majestic. I know it. Yes! Our first Majestic. Force of Nature. Alright, finally I use a sleeve. I thought I didn't need to sleeve anything. That's a Briar specialization. Yeah. Oh yeah, I know this card. That's a blue that block for 3, that's great. It has Earth Fusion. Whenever an attack action card you control hits this turn, if its attack is greater than its base attack, draw a card. It's whenever. So you attack 3 cards, you can draw 3 cards. That's insane. Just you need to go through. It's very easy to hit though. And you just need to boost the attack. So like there are some there is one equipment that boosts attack, although I don't really know. That makes the Invigorate much better. I thought they were crap, but you know, they combine with Force of Nature. So I think every Majestic kind of you should look at your Majestic to decide where you go. Hopefully you have more than one. But this is a very, very good card. And if you attack with that, you get +1 if it's fused. If it's not fused though, still work. You just need to have one or two of your attack. So, I mean, if it's not fused, yeah, you need to have something else that boosts, so that's good. But, oh, the foil is just crap. The foil is crap. I mean, this is an okay card. That's very, very, very borderline. I would most likely not play it. This one is good, I like it. Except I prefer deep blue, and I already have a chest. You destroy it, you create a Frostbite. It might be though better against, well, most of the deck, against Lexi and against Briar, because the Frostbite in those like low resource deck that try to do a lot of cards, it's gonna really penalize them. Then we have a Steel. Like I said, I think this is okay. I'm not super excited to play it, and I will play it. And Tangle, same. We have a lot of those, like, I'm not excited to play it, and I will play it. This one, we already saw it. That's one of the cards I like. This one is insane. This in red, oh my god, this is just sad. I would call that not playable, so I will put it in my unplayable. That's more unplayable than the other one. And Fraser is an okay card. Not awesome. Well, we have one Majestic. Let's hope we pull something else. I think in this box there was nobody pulled a cold foil, but there was still like 12 pack when I got through. Titan's Fist. I mean, you don't have choice. You're gonna play this anyway. An Obildment of Lightning. This is obviously very good, but it's kind of hard to create. You need to play non-attack action. 2 non-attack action cards to have it. There are not that many. I think we have almost none. And we have some, like, typically it's a card that boosts your attack, but you will have to play 2 boosts. So it's gonna be hard to trigger them. We have a Breakground. Yeah, especially blue. I'm not so happy about it. Invigorate. Yeah, well, we have a lot. Lightning Surge, like I said, very, very good card. Chill to the Bone. Yellow one, I think it's, well, I don't know. So like, you know, when I was talking about Winter's Bite, I prefer the blue one. Chill to the Bone is a bit different because like having True Frostbite is very annoying. But it's not my favorite card. So Tomorrow though is one of my favorite cards. It's more like for a control deck, it's more for Guardian. I don't think this is good in Briar, and I don't think you can really make a Earth Guardian deck. Maybe you can. Then we have a rare. Oh wow, one more of these. And those are good. Obviously this one just block for 2. That's a blue, and that deal 1 arcane damage, so this is good. And next, one more Majestic. I can feel it. I can feel it in my... Oh! Hello. Oh, baby! That's good. Sweet Jesus. This is one of the good ones. So it have Go Again, cost 1. Those are like, you know, the channel card. You can try to keep... Most of the time you're going to keep them just 1 turn. And then, well, I mean, you're going to keep them like 2 turns. Like you play them, you don't get much, but then next turn you do, you do a lot. Whenever you play an action card, you may pay 1 resource. If you do, it get Go Again. This is like... I mean, I have to play Lightning now. And the channel Lightning, it just means like the first turn you need to have 1 lightning card in your pitching, which I have quite few. Second turn, if you don't have 2, well then you destroy it. So it's going to be hard to keep, but you can have 1 super huge turn. And that's art from Mark Poole, my friends. And you know that I'm not that young, and I started playing Magic in beta, and I have some cards signed by Mark. I'm a huge fan. All right, give me a call for it, and I'm gonna dance. If I get a call for it, you will see Papa's dance. You will not see Papa dance because that's still pretty good. So, Wreaths of Lightning. Lightning Fusion. When you attack with right, if it was fueled, it is 1 arcane damage. Insane. If you have dealt arcane damage this turn, it get Go Again. So this is what I call broken in limited, because it's always gonna get Go Again. So it's like 1 till 5 damage, create 1 token. So this is just super insane. Like, can I say dirty? And then we have Ragamuffin's Hat. So you destroy it, you draw a card, then put a card from your hand on the bottom of your deck, and you activate it only if you have 1 card in your hand. Maybe. If you have nothing else, you're gonna play that, but I mean, meh. That's meh. And then we have Rite of Replenishment. Did we have one? Maybe not. That's the Earth Fusion. Cost 2 for 5. I mean, that's a yellow, obviously, that's the rate. When you attack with right, if you have dealt arcane damage this turn, you may put a non-attack action card from your graveyard on the bottom of your deck. Yeah, we saw that. We saw that. Hallowed Right. When you attack with Rite of Replenishment, if it was used, you may put an action. Yeah, sure. I don't know. That's fine. That's fine. This looks more like a card you play from Arsenal, and that's not what I want from my Arsenal. Snow Under. If No Under was fused, it gains this hit, create a Frostbite. This is pretty good, like 3. 3 will be okay because you're gonna play a lot of blue. It attack for 6, it's easy to hit. This is actually probably our best card so far in Guardian, which is kind of depressing. Overflex, like I told you, I think that's a very good card. Not like insane, but that's good. That would be like a solid B. Inspire Lightning. Well, this is like what I call, if you have a lot of lightning card, A plus card, because this is one. If it's not fused, it does nothing. So it's a or F. And if you have a lot of lightning card, if it's fused, it does 3 arcane damage. That's probably they can't block. So like it's like 3 unblockable, which is very good. This is very good. Mulch. Finally we have a good Guardian card. So this is red Mulch is what you want. And one more. Oh, Blizzard Bolt. One more. Blizzard Bolt is pretty sweet. You just sleep really quickly this. Yeah, Yeah, channel is good. Channel is good. See, like well, actually, it's okay also in Briar. That's why Briar have everything. All right. Give me a cold foil, please. Please. Come on, like I never get cold foil. Like abandonment of lightning. Abandonment of. Oh, that's a useful one. Heaven's Close. That's very good. I like it. We do have really a lot of lightning cards. And Twin Lightning, this is a good resource. I mean, it's not amazing. If you fuse it, get go again. Otherwise, just a 2 for 0. It block only 2. So I'm not excited to play it. But I think you need a. I don't know. I would say in a Lexi deck, even Briar, they both cost like very few resources. Maybe I would want like 16 blues. Trying to count. Maybe a bit less, even like maybe 12 blues. But it's not so easy to get 12 blues. So this is good. And this can go in any deck though. I mean, well, it's more for lightning, so we put it with. I don't know where to put it. Those cards, you know, that's a lightning card. Well, I guess I will put it with the lightning. Finally, a Winter Grabs. This is the card that you want when you play Ice Guardian. Bit not enough. Bit. Wow, those two are good for Guardian. Those are the two perfect. What? I got the same card twice in the same booster. Interesting. I guess that's a rare. Cold Wave, like I say, cute card, not so efficient in limited because they're not gonna play tons of defense react or do stuff during your turn. So it's just like I will probably not play it. Oh, I forgot to slow roll and I forgot to say Majestic, and that was not. It's okay. It's +4. It prevents people from going tall or doing dominated attack. But the thing is, like, people go wide from what I saw so far. So I'm not super excited about it. All right, call for time. No. Sad. The next ice or elemental attack action card, you play this and get +2. If it's fused, it gains dominate. This is good for Arsenal though. The only thing is, typically it's like, you play this from Arsenal, you're on attack again, +2, and maybe dominate. Maybe it's a nice action, so that's one of the best, and not one of the best, but like that's one of the requirements. I guess this is more like for on-hit effect. I don't know what to think about this card. It's not super exciting. Rotten Old Buckler. Yeah, that's good. You have it, you play it. You don't have it, you don't play it. That's easy. Broncle Spark. The next attack action card you play this on. Again, when you attack with this, it is 1 arcane. Good. If Broncle was choose the next attack action, you play this on, get +2. Alright, that's one of the cards, you know, I feel like this is okay, but is it really so much worth it? Because you need to, if you don't fuse, typically deal 1 arcane damage. I don't call it like worth a card. Maybe I'm wrong, but if it was an Earth card or a Lightning card, yes, but otherwise just sad. And if it fuses, it gets +2, which means it's 3 damage, which make it okay, but it means you fuse. So not super excited about it. This, I don't want it. I want the blue one, okay, but this is not really. I would even put it here. Flick Out. It's okay. It's okay. I will look at my ice card for Rangers. I don't know if I would play it. Vela Flash, we already saw it. This, though, I kind of like more because it gives kind of a go again, and it's a blue that blocks 3, so I would most like. Oh, this is great. This is a great card. I'm just sad that I don't have enough ice card to make Guardian work. I might be able to make an Earth Guardian, which is not super exciting. That might be worth it. And then our last card is Buzzbolt. That's a blue one, so only 1, 3. If it fuses, whenever an attack hits, this turn, it deals 1 arcane damage, so that boosts the other. So this is good, like to start. This is a good card from your arsenal. Even though most likely you want your lightning card in your arsenal. Oh, you don't want them, but they're gonna be there. This is a good card though. Maybe blue less, but yeah, this is a good card. So let me clean up that. I recorded because I was hoping to pull something insane, but we got those 2 cards are pretty good. I mean, limited are good. Channel Thunder, I think that's gonna be a very playable card. Force of Nature might be also very playable, but like nothing like super sweet. No majestic foil, no legendary, no common cold foil. But yeah, I will move to the deck construction, and okay, first phase when I do deck construction is something I learned when I was doing a high competition NTG sealed. Is I always start by sleeving rare cards, and I do that, well, to protect cards, but that's not really the point here. Is to see quickly where my power cards are, because most likely your rare card should be stronger. And what you want to see first is like where your key card, your build around card, and what can you cut. So like looking at it, so first I see Guardian, I have 1. Runeblade, I have 3. Ranger, I have 2. However, like I say, Cold Wave does nothing in Seal because they're not going to have abilities or card to play during their turn. So it means I can count 0. And then I have this. I have Runeblade, Lightning, and this it was just a foil, that doesn't count. And then, so looking at resources, Ice, I have nothing. No rare. Earth, I have actually a lot. I have 5 rare. So this is something, you know, right now I'm just counting. This is something I will look more deeply because that tend to tell me I have more higher power card. It doesn't say anything about synergy, this is just to tell you kind of like single card. And Lightning, I have only 1, but that's a very good one, a majestic one. It's worth noting though, this is good, but that still costs resource, so it's not as good as 1 Macings, but it still blocks 3 though in the shield. No, that's awesome. So the first thing I see, so just looking at it, it looks like I have a lot of powerhouse in Earth. I have a lot of rare in Earth and in Runeblade. But like the second phase is, instead of looking where no, to be honest, the second phase is like, do you have any card so strong that can change the game entirely? Like let's say you have the Ice Hammer, or like a majestic weapon that push you enough. But here the only, so I have channel that I think is very, very good. I don't know if it push you enough. I don't know if it's good enough. The only issue that I have is that you still need to pay 1 resource to get go again. So typically, like if your card costs 1, if you have just 1 blue to pitch, you're gonna be able to play 2. So it's it costs quite a lot, you know. But still, that's very good. It's just like, you know, I'm gonna play. And that's kind of a reason I would be pushed toward Lightning, but not something that is so good that I will push it. Force of Nature, though, might be good enough, because this, it's whenever an attack you control hits this turn, if its attack is greater than its base attack, draw a card. So if I have enough will to boost my attacks, I can go almost infinite. So this is a build around card that can force me to go there. So it means I have one card that is build around card so strong that it could just kill the game. It doesn't work by itself. So I need to check then, do I have card that will, in Runeblade, that will allow me to easily boost the attack. So there is, I mean, you can always fuse that will give you the +1, but ideally you want to go not infinite, but do it quite a lot. And a lot of so then I'm going to look at the other Runeblade, starting with the rare. A lot of the Runeblade cards just deal arcane damage. They don't really boost attacks. So this is more for the non-attack action card. But let's see what we have. Yeah, Sigil is a defensive card, which I'm very happy to play. A lot are just go again. So I have this one. You know, it pushed me more to play non-attack card, and it pushed me more towards the lightning embodiment. So it's really like a build around card. So I have this one, and still the Wildhood, even though this one is less exciting. And I'm a bit, yeah, I guess all those cards that ask to fuse, I'm a bit scared about it, but I think right now Earth is really this. It's boosting attack. I have quite a few. So I have 4 cards that would allow me to go again. The thing is, they cost pretty, not to go again, but like, you know, to combo with force. Still costs 2, so that's quite expensive. Ideally, I want card that costs much less, but this is an attack too, so this is okay. Then, so I have 4 cards that combo with force. I have those cards that I think are not that way in that condition. Like, I think the blue one is maybe fine because it's a resource. You just need +1, you know, you don't need like, it's counterproductive to get cards that allow you to go tall and go wide. Force of nature allow you to go wide. Wide. Not wide, sadly. Wide. Oh, wave ice. Yeah, good card, but that's ice. Wave earth. Okay. This is good. Evergreen, no. Earth Large Surge. Yeah, I would play that. Oh, I have 2. Not super excited about the blue. Okay. Just thing is, like, this is great because that costs 0. This is just so expensive. Like, if you want to do a lot of things in one turn, you want your cat to cost 0 or 1. The more you push your curve to a 2 or 3, the more like you're gonna just draw card and you can do nothing with this. And I think lightning is more about giving go again. There is nothing that really boosts. Ooh, there is this lang that is really good. Forgot to sleeve it. That's why I didn't see. This is a very good one because it gives your next attack +3. And you don't even need to fuse it if you play it after Force of Nature. So this is good. And I think that's the only... Yeah. So I mean, so for Force of Nature, build around card, I would have 1. It would force me to play Earth, obviously. I don't know if it's worth it so much because I have so much lightning. I could have a very consistent pure lightning deck with no Earth at all. I have 2 good cards if I go lightning on Earth. 2 average. And I have 2 that I like, and those are okay. So like 4, so like 6, 7. Yeah. So I think that's enough to make Force of Nature. So that tells me, okay, I do have a good deck around Force of Nature, so I could make this deck directly. So that's the first thing. So I already have an idea. I know my Keymaker, I have that. Then, if it was a competition, I was very short of time, I would directly build that, and then I will save it apart. You know, I will save it, and I will look at the rest. But just to have a deck ready, if I'm short on time. Next, I'm going to look at the size of my piles of cards. And I'm going to look at the smallest. Smallest I have is ice. As much as I love ice, I have 7 ice cards, which, I mean, I can't count on it, really. They are pretty good though. I do like them. They are cheap. They play well from Arsenal. So like I have only 7, but it's all like something I would play. But it's just telling me like, it's gonna be hard to make a heavy ice deck. Ice will not be my main one. An ice deck is really something more of the Oldheim. So let's look at Guardian to see like if I give up Oldheim. Because you can't do like 3 decks. Typically you do 2 decks. I mean you do one, and if you have time you do a second one just to compare, but you have to cut one. So let's look at the Guardian. My rare, which is supposedly a good card, is Unbolden. It's just a resource, I don't care. Sump is my very good card, and it need to be boosted, so it means it's good with Earth. And I do have a card that does that. I even have an ice card that boosts the attack. So Sump is an excellent card. Mulch is an excellent card. Slender is excellent. Untangle is okay. And the blue are resources, so I don't really care. Not at that stage, because at that stage I want to see like how much good card I have. Can I make a deck around? Glacial Footstep, I'm never really excited about it, but I will play it. And Untangle is an okay card. But just looking at it, those are like my 5 really good cards, with Snow under, like kind of the other one. So actually my good Guardian cards are Earth. So it means I can maybe make a good Earth Guardian deck. Just Ice looks a bit too low, but I have only 2 Ice Fusion, which means I will look at how an Earth deck would look like. But just looking at it, it's just so far from the power level of what we just saw, you know, just looking at Briar. So I know that I can make a good Runblade Earth deck. Then I'm gonna keep looking at what is. So now I saw this is the smallest, and there is nothing really small after in terms of pile. I don't have that many Runblade cards, but no, actually it's just, yeah. So everything is pretty good. So you know what, for now I remove this, actually physically push it away. Which means like, if my eyes are not good, it's gonna make Lexi hard, because I think it's hard to be mono resource. But thinking about that before I do it, I'm gonna look at my resource again, thinking about Lexi. Wave Ice is good for Lexi. Ice Encounter is good for Lexi. Winter Grasp, not really. So Lexi you want cheap. So already Icy Encounter is not that great, but it's better than Winter Grasp. Chill the Bone, I don't know. Is that some? I guess the blue one is okay. I don't remember, like those Arsenal slots for Lexi are really tough. So I think Lexi I want maybe a mono lightning. And I mean Winter Spite is very good, but it's not amazing, you know. It's gonna be average. So it tells me like, okay, if I want to do a Lexi deck, most likely I'm not gonna play any ice card, or very few ice cards. So then I move to Lexi by elimination. Can I make a good Lexi deck? So I remove my Earth card, I remove my Windblade card, and I'm gonna look at my Ranger card. Do I have anything really good? So like we saw before, my only 2 were Cold Wave, which they really don't know that much in Limited. Then what else do I have good? And oops, I want to say I have this one that is amazing, but sadly that's Runblade. So you see, like how I told you, like Runblade is just so good. It's hard to make a deck with something else. Like the power level of this Runblade deck that I can make, even with just Earth, is already very good. You know what I like to do for Ranger is like just checking cost. Is it cheap? 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. Okay, I have meat. That's what I call the meat. At this stage, I'm just checking if I have enough meat to make a deck. And because I know my Lexi will need a lot of lightning card because my ice card are pretty poor. Do you have enough lightning card? I do have a lot. 6, 9, 12, 13. Could use a bit more. So typically you want ideally 1 per hand. So 1 by 4. Very bad mathematic would tell you just a 40 card deck you want 10, a bit more is good. So I can make a mono lightning card. It would work well. Then the next step is how good are they? You have to remember those cards will most, well, that's why I don't know about Lexi because that's hard, but you want them to be good from your arsenal. Wave Lightning is good from arsenal. Channel Thunderstep is good from arsenal. Unwind Lightning, it's okay. Actually, it's not bad, but that's the blue one. So actually those, I will count them more as resource. So not as like, I mean something to pitch, not as something to fuse with. Even Close is a blue one too. So I will put it apart, but I'm happy to pay it from arsenal. The red one, this is good. Then we have the insane one. Lightning Surge is insane from arsenal. Electrify is insane. We have a lot of Electrify. I mean, our lightning is super great. So actually, I think I can make a mono Thunder Ranger deck. And I'm going to try to do it. Will it mean it's going to be better than the Runeblade? Maybe not. Just looking, yeah. So that's so you know, you narrow down your option. Next, you look at your equipment. So I know that I can. It looks like I can make a good lightning deck, and it looks like Runeblade. I can do whatever I want. It's going to be good. I have good Earth card, and I have good lightning card. So typically, I have like maybe 60 cards to make a Runeblade deck. Equipment is really what will in mirror matches and in any kind of like tight game, that's what kind of makes the biggest difference. Mark of Lightning I think is excellent. I think Coat of Frost is also very good. I don't know why this is here. This is okay because it can set you in a pitch. What we are looking is like which piece, like which hero can have like 4 pieces of equipment. So we have 2 chests, 1 offhand, which is for the Guardian. I might try, you know, to make a Guardian deck. And we have no boots. It's kind of sad. We have 2 chests, 2 hood, 1 glove, which means the glove is lightning. If we don't play lightning, which means like if we play Guardian, we are missing 1 piece of equipment. I mean, we do get the buckler, which is okay, not that amazing. So it kind of pushes. But if you play lightning, what do I have? So if I play Lexi, I can play lightning and ice. So I have both, and my 2, and I could play those 3. So I have 2, and if I play Ranger, Runeblade, I can also have 2. I can do something like that. Even though Ragamuffin, I'm not super excited. I have to try more those 2 cards. But so, same. So like, I have 3 pieces if I play Ranger or Runeblade. So like, that doesn't really help me to choose. So I mean, at this stage, so equipment looks like it's pretty similar. I'm gonna try to bury Lexi first, because there is less cards, so it's gonna be easier. I make some space. And we're gonna see how it looks. I mean, I'm still gonna keep those because these blocks, those are not bad cards. It's just like they are rare because of their ability, and they're not gonna do anything in seal because people will rarely play something during your turn. So what I do next is I want to I do buy resource first to see if I have a lot of red, because Ranger, you want to have something that hit hard, especially Lightning Ranger. So if I have too many blue and not enough red, I will be sad. So you see, like, I have a lot of blues, a few yellow, and then I add my lightning card. I'm just, you know, typically that would be my deck if I play monocolor. Okay. Then I don't know about those cards. So how many cards is that? Because that looks like a deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Okay, I just did one card. So I will relook. So I think there's nothing, you know, here. No. Those were really so I have two choices. I can put one card that I think is average, like Invigorate. I can put an elemental card that fuse with Earth, for example, like Unvein Earth. Because you can still play them, even if you don't have Earth, just you're not gonna do much. Or, you know, like the simplest one is I will just check my Ice card, because I can still play Ice card. And I can relook at, you know, is there anything that is worth Ice fusing? Oh, I forgot to check that. I do have... It's pretty hard to build those decks, because I do have some Ice card. So I think building a monocolor or a mono element is hard. So I know I missed one card, but I will relook at it. I think there is, yeah, one. There is three. I'm looking at Ice Fusion card, which I can still play, even if I don't play any Ice card. But they will not be that great. So I have to check how good they would be if Ice was just a splash. Which means like, if most of the time I play them without Fusion. Okay. So we have those cards. The blue one I'm fine because I don't care. The blue one will be my resource most of the time. So I'm okay. Cold Wave, we don't care about the fuse. So that doesn't change anything. Flake Out. If its fuse can dominate, for a 4 I don't really care if it can dominate, so I'm okay with that. Blizzard Bolt, that's a blue. So blue I'm much more flexible, like I don't care. The fuse effect is good, but it's probably not worth just putting more Ice card just for that. Then I have only 2 cards here. So the red Blizzard Bolt though, if it fuses and hits, that's good. And the red Shielding Ice Wine is good. It's not really worth splashing. It's not worth removing good card that will make my deck consistent for them. But I still have 1 card left, and I could remove one of the non-lightning card. So let's see, what do I have in Ice? So those will still be okay, you know, if I don't fuse. Just they become very good if I fuse. So if I just splash, I'm okay with just like 2, 3, 4. It's just like just in case, as long as I don't reduce how much lightning card I have. With Ice, the next Ice or Elemental action card you play get +2 if it fuses, it gains Dominate. This combo well with lightning card. I mean, it's easy to give Dominate with Lexi, but this is an okay. I would be happy to play that. Ice Encounter, it's a bit expensive, but I think this is powerful enough to play as, you know, like, it's a good card enough. You just attack 6, they're gonna have to block 3 cards, or they're gonna get Frostbite most likely. This not really. Chill to the Bone, I don't know about it. This I really like though, so I will most likely play it. You know, I'm trying to judge them in a vacuum. But I'm okay with 4 Ice cards if it's just to fuse those. So then, okay, how does it look? Like I said, my lightning cards are very good, and I don't want to reduce them. So now I'm just checking, like, okay, is there any non-lightning card that are less good than those Ice cards, and then those Ice Fusion cards if they are not fused. So I'm looking at the Ranger action card. Overflex. I think Reload is just good. I think Reload can allow you to shoot twice with Lexi, so I think this is too good to pass. the ice card I put are not blue. I do have a blue Chill the Bone though, that I might play if it's to remove a blue. Okay, for example this. Blue Antwind Lightning. It's a 2 if it's fused, go again. That's not, I prefer to have, the ceiling of Chill the Bone is much higher than this. Because I can fuse one of my 2 good cards, where those 2, the ceiling is having 2 go again. So most likely I will just pitch them. But I prefer to, if I have enough blue, so I prefer, I already remove 1 to play a Chill Bone. That's for sure. And I'm gonna remove 1 more, and for now I will put just a yellow Winter's Bite. I wish it was a blue, but we will just see, like, you know, those blue, they are more flexible. I just need to have enough, and I don't know how many is enough. I would say 12, 13, that depends on your curve. I think 13 just to be safe. Frazzle, if it's not fused, it's just a 3 for 1. It blocks 3 though, which is a big difference. Those just block 2, so that's why I don't like those so much. If it was fused, whenever an attack will deal damage, it deals that much damage plus 1. So I can't really compare those with my other, that, you know, I remove already 1 blue. I don't want to remove more blue. Most likely I have to play those. So the only thing I can look, it's Lightning Fuse card that are a yellow or red. And that's, you know, just look at it. I have those blue here that fuse with ice. So like I said, I want to keep my blue for now until I check the number. But those yellow, like I say, Cold Wave is not that great. I would prefer much more to have Icy Encounter. So that's a yellow, so it's all about the curve. And Flash Out is a bit better. It's not that great. So like, I think if I'm just talking about resource, Wave Ice is better. Except it block 2, but like, so those are okay because they block 3, you know. That's worth thinking about it. This is like my maybe card. This is like, yes, I want those ice cards. And this is kind of like, I'm thinking about it. And let's check my red card. Do I have any arrows red? Okay, I have 3 Ranger. I don't have any arrow that I see. Yeah, I have Dazzling Crescendo. This is just too good. This is just too good. This I will definitely not remove it. Burst Bolt, 5 for 1 is good. And whenever an attack, this is also all the turn, so it go really well with the go wide. And then Overflex, like I said, I do like my Overflex. So now, you know, I remove some cards and I put some ice cards. Typically I have just 2 cards that I want to fuse with. So, and I didn't remove any lightning card. So now we look at it. I know this is a good deck, and I just want to see if I have my resource look good. I do have a lot of yellow. Actually, yellow are okay because a lot of cards cost 0. You know, before I do the blue and yellow, I'm gonna check the cost. 0. So I'm gonna put all my 1 here, my 0 here. Because I don't know what's my average cost. I think it's pretty low, but I'm saying like I want 13, but, and I'm not going to count my blues, because my blue I'm not going to play them most likely. Okay, so it's everything is 1 or 0. Except those 2 ice cards that I put. Which tell me, you know, maybe those are kind of bit greedy, but they cost only 2. So this is similar to, let's look at like a Katsu deck. A Katsu aggro deck curve. Katsu aggro deck, how many blue I run? 13 or 14, but here it's sealed, I want to have more. consistency, I would go for like 14. If it was CC, which is 60 card, so I would divide by 2. So I think 8 blue is maybe enough, 8 or 9. And like in my hand, I have 8 blue. I don't want to go lower than that. So those two, I'm really not sure. I do like them because they give some oomph. Just they don't really go well with the rest. And like I said, the ice resource, I just want to have like a couple just in case, but I do have some blue. I like this card so much that I'm going to keep it. And let's count cards now. How many cards do we have? So we have 8 blue, 3, 6, 7. So 15 if I count the blue and the 0. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So yeah, so I have 32 cards, and it's like, do I want to put those icy? And I think maybe that depends on the opponent. Against Guardian, I don't want them, but against any aggro deck, I will want them. And so I will just make a 42 card deck, and I will remove depending who I play. So I have a good Lexi deck. All right, now let's try to build Briar. Okay, so now let's look at Briar. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 lightning card. Let's check how many good earth cards I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you have 11. And how many Rune Blade? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So 22 and 17. We have 39 cards. So we have a very deep pool. That's what I call a deep pool. It can be tricky when you have a deep pool because you have to use your brain a bit. So like the first, there is 2 ways to see it. The first way is like, I will trim to get the best card, or I will go toward consistency to have more like a deck toward lightning or more toward earth. And I would say lightning is better. However, because I have my very good card, Force of Nature, that is earth, I do want to prioritize cards that boost the attack. So what I'm going to do now is like, I'm going to make 3 pile, extremely good, and okay, because I remove all the bad cards. So, and I don't do it for the resource yet. I will do it for the spell. So Force of Nature, insane. Inspire Lightning, insane. Sigil of Suffering, insane. I will not count the blue except Force of Nature because it's not it's more like something I pitch. I don't care, and I want to have enough number. Rites of Lightning. Yeah, this is also very insane. Vela Flash. If it's not fused, this is not that great. It's easier to get go again with Lexi than with Raina. Not Raina. What's her name? You know what I'm talking about. Tired. Briar. If it's fused, it gives you a non-attack action. So that's also something very Rune Blade style. You should check how many non-action attack cards. But this I put in the like, that's a good card, but not something insane. Singeing Steelblade is insane. The blue is also insane, but I put it here. Arcanic Shockwave. That's a resource card. Those like Singeing Steelblade blue is really good because if you have too many blue, you can always do this and do easily like 1 arcane damage at least. Rite of Replenishment. Is okay. It's not like mind-blowing. I mean, those are mind-blowing, and those are like, okay. Vela Flash is the fuse effect is okay. No, sorry, Rite of Replenishment. Actually, Vela Flash is better. This is just okay. Bronco Spark. It's not broken, but it synergy well. Same for Explosive. And those two, you know, same, they cost 2, so it's pretty expensive. But they synergize well, so I put it here. Rite of Replenishment being something, I think it doesn't put its weight enough. You know, like, still the Wildwood is not that much better, but it's easy enough to combine it to get both +2 and then attack for 8. That the Rite of Replenishment doesn't have that much of a threshold. Like, the ceiling is pretty low. So those are, you know, without my blue, those are my big card. So I definitely don't want to cut that. Most likely I don't want to push that. This I might cut it. Which I will look at it now. And so what do I need to fuse? Not that much. I have Inspire Lightning that need to be fused, although it does nothing. Rite of Lightning. And the rest, they don't even need to be fused. And Force of Nature. So you have to know how much fusing is important to kind of know how much you need to push. And my yellow, which are okay, but not like, and my yellow, my middle pile, they're okay, but not like mind-blowing. They're almost all Earth, which tell me that Earth is more important than Lightning. And Vela Flash, it's fine, but like, it's not like, it's not gonna change much. So I have only 2 cards. That's really 2 good cards that care about Lightning. Those 2, and 1 card that care about Earth, with much more Earth card. So then it means it's fine. I don't care that much about my Lightning or Earth card. You know, if I don't reveal, I mean, I want enough so that those cards are played well, but it's not, the deck can function. It's much less dependent than, let's say, my Lexi deck that I just saw. So like, I can cut both Lightning and Earth if I don't have the right resource, that's fine. So let's look at those, you know. Break Ground, Earth card, cost 3, I don't want it, it's too expensive. I want a really low aggro curve. Autumn Touch, same, that's for Guardian. Evergreen Blue, same. I mean, the blue would be okay, but like, I want to go really wide with Briar. I want card that does something. So this is also like, typically I don't like it so much, but because I have Force of Nature, I want a bit more card that give plus something. I also don't want this Break Ground, but I might need some blues, so I'm gonna put them here. I think this is a bit fatter than Lexi, so I want maybe, how many did I say? I say like 8, 9 for Lexi. Maybe I want 10 for Briar. Maybe 11, depending on your build. Maybe 11. So I will put those blue, but yeah, I have nothing really exciting. I mean, So Tomorrow is a card that I really like, but it's not gonna win me the game because I will not have that much resource. I will pitch to a card. I mean, I will play it. That's a good card, but yeah, you know. And then my Lightning cards are extremely good. Just in a vacuum, they are very good. I really don't want to cut any, which tell me like, okay, I can be less restrictive on my Lightning card. Like, I can play every Lightning card that need to. So, all right. So let's just looking at the cards that are really good. How many I have? Really good and okay. I will keep those Earth cards, those So Tomorrow, because they are still yellow. That's okay. And for blue, I need to count how many blue I have. I think I don't have enough, maybe. So I might have to play more like worse card. I do have quite a lot of yellow though. So I think, yeah, I think 10, maybe 11. 11, I think we can look at the curve, but I think 10. Yeah, 10, 11 is good. So this is 10. I don't want to go much lower than that with Briar. I can go lower with Lexi, but not with Briar. 10 blue. I kind of want one more. I mean, I do have a lot of yellow though, which might be okay at 10. 10 means you will get like 1.2. So let me check if I have anything else blue that I could just squeeze in. Ooh, I have this one that I removed before, because that's not a good card, but that's a blue. I can play Invigorate. And actually between those two, I think I prefer Invigorate. Yeah, because that's a 0. I can always do something with it. So now I'm at 11. I have also those two cards. It's just this one just does not do enough. And at least this one can trigger some other card on it effect and stuff like that. So I think I like those 11. And now I'm just going to count the card. Actually, looking at it, I think the average, the synergy on the average card in my Lexi decks is better than my Briar deck, but the Briar deck have more like broken things that they can do. I would build both and play them against each other. The thing is, like, it's hard with this set because the lightning card will be in both. So let's check. So we have 11 blue. I kind of like it. And then how many? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 25, 26. What? We are at 37? How? What? 3, 6, 9, 11, 14, 15, 20, 25, 30. What? Okay. Something is wrong, man. 11, 10, 10. That's 31. How many cards did we have? Why do I end up having so many cards? So I still have to cut so many cards. And that's where it becomes very tricky. My lightning cards are very good. Alone. I do need some earth card just because I have some insane card. I did remove a lot of my good card. I think I can remove one more blue. 10 should be enough because my curve is low. That's still like so many cards to cut. So the Soul of Tomorrow are not that great. I play them just to have enough earth card. I want at least... It's okay, this deck doesn't need earth card. It needs them sometime. I want to have at least 6. I have 1. This also is not really what I'm looking for. I think this is better. So let's try to do like, I want 6 or 7. Do I have 6 or 7 earth cards? Just have to cut stuff. And my lightning are just too good. I think I cut already everything. I can't touch my blues, I need them. Alright, we are a bit in trouble. Rite of Replenishment we can cut, like I say, it's not that good. Channel, well, we have enough Thunder. Like I said, Thunder is just so good. I could cut this one. It's really tough, like having such a large pool. You have to compare card one by one. I mean, between these, Vela Flash and Heaven's Claw, there's not a big difference. I mean, Lightning is better. This blocks 3 though, you know. I think the next, you know, I need to see, so that's a bit of the difficulty with Briar. I need to check, do we have a lot of non-attack cards to make those cards that influence? So I have 1, I have 2, five, and ideally the blue I will not play them, but 5 or 6. So like Vela Flash is not that great, because anyways those have go again, so I will cut Vela Flash. We have Lightning, might be not that great in this deck, because it gave +3 always, but it gives go again only if it's fused. It's pretty, it must be almost impossible with this deck to get embodiment of Lightning, just because I don't have enough non-attack card. Oh, I have all the Electrify though. Oh yeah, I forgot that. So Vela Flash, so you can do Electrify and then Vela Flash. Yeah, but that's just stupid, because you may play your next action. Yeah, so you would have to play like Vela Flash first and then something, but how do you give Vela Flash? So go again, so I will cut that. Still need to cut some more. Kind of want to cut the expensive one. I will cut the Steer, the Wildhood. I'm really not sure what to think about Web Lightning, because it's just a +3, but I think it's good enough. I really like those cards. I mean, those are just too good to pass. Exploding Growth I could cut though. It deal 1 arcane damage. It's really good for go white, so probably not. Those are too good to pass. I could see cutting this one, even though I like it. But this is more of an Earth deck. I need to cut the fat. This one go well to make an embodiment of Lightning. So just if it's not fused, it's gonna not do that much, like really almost nothing. So maybe most likely I will cut it. The rest is I really don't want to cut. The blue I need. The deck is so small already. I mean, I think 11 is too much. Maybe 10 is okay. 3, 6. Yeah, I'm already at 10 though. 10 will be like 20. Oh, that's too much blue. That's too much blue. You know, I think blue is it's good if they can be useful. I think 8 looks good if I can cut some of the cost too. So I will. I think the earths are good. We'll cut this one. This one. 3, 6, 8. Maybe 8 is good. Might be wrong with the curve, but I think 8 is like 16 in CC. Just to be on the safe side, I mean, probably better to have a bit more. 9. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25, 26, 27, 29. Okay, I can add one more card. So like I think the Soul Tomorrow is not that great, but I do want a Earth card. So I think it's like it's either Soul Tomorrow or Summerwood Shelter, and I think Soul Tomorrow is just much better. We saw that it's not so relevant, like most of my attack. Lightning card, I don't need them if they are not good. This is pretty good though. So either it's gonna be really about this one, or maybe those two. And I think that can be just my sideboard, depending on what I play. So now I have like a 33 card deck. That I can't play as 33 because I don't have enough blue. But I can just choose one of those 4 cards. Most likely, if I play against Guardian, I will play that. I will always choose like one of those. Most likely, I will just play Bramble Spark, and those 3 will be my arsenal. So yeah, that looks like a good deck. I think maybe my Lexi deck is a tiny bit better. I will not have time to play some games with it before I post it. I'm just gonna... Let's see. You know what? This is better. I don't know. No, I think... I forgot Rosetta's son want you to play non-attack action card. So at the beginning of the turn. So Tomorrow is just really good. But Bramble Spark is also good. So which equipment I would play here? A tiny bit of a choice, not much, but tiny bit of a choice. Here they are. I mean, Mark of Lightning, I don't have choice. Deep Blue, I don't have well, for Briar, I don't have choice. Those are my 3 equipment. They're pretty good. Deep Blue might force me, you know, I could play 1 less blue. I would have to try. I have 9 now. I could play with 8. And if I play my Lexi deck that I just show you, I think because I have so few blue, I will play Deep Blue instead of Coat of Frost. Except, you know, maybe against, if I see a deck that, if I see a Lexi deck and I have the feeling that they're super wide, Coat of Frost can really destroy, but I think Deep Blue is just so good. And then the choice is like Ragamuffin or Honeywood. Draw a card and then put a card from your hand. I think Honeywood is better. It can help you in a tricky situation. I have nothing to block. I would play that. Deep Blue is just too good. Okay, yeah. I mean that was very long and not much edited. I just wanted to have, you know, if you want to check how to build a deck, that's just my, you know, my experience with this set, with this not super huge. Yeah, comment below. That's a long video. I don't expect a lot of you to watch everything. You can just skip. But yeah, have tons of fun. I will try to record all the game and real deck building. But when I do like for tournament, I can't spend like hours building different decks. Hopefully, I will build a cool Briar deck, and I will see you later.